And there was a story you had told about your father and Bill Cosby on David Letterman. Do you think you could share that with us here right now?
I remember that. Yeah, that was when. No, I opened for Bill Cosby.
Right.
You want me to tell you the story?
Yeah, tell the story. It was terrific.
No, I opened for Bill Cosby at this college. So there's 100,000 people at the college. It's the University of Oklahoma. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, for sure. Like 100,000 people to see your show, Norm, or just?
No, to see Bill Cosby.
Oh, to see Bill Cosby.
I was opening for him.
Oh, okay.
So, it's a football stadium, So they have this little tiny, stage, and so I went up there, and I had my suit on and everything. And then I talked, and I'm like, no one laughed. Like, they were all just talking to each other. I don't think they even noticed me on stage, And they didn't mind that I was on stage, but they... They didn't boo or anything. I don't even think they saw me. So I finished my thing, and then I got off, and Bill Cosby came up, and he was wearing, and he talks just in little. He talks he doesn't use full sentences. So he said, "Why?" I was wearing a suit. He goes, "Why this suit? Suit," or something like that. So I said, "No, I was trying to show the respect." Bill Cosby goes, "College, wear the sweatshirt and the pants." So he just had a sweat suit on, So, anyways, he says, this shows you how good Cosby is. He's like, he was asking the girl, from the student union or whatever. He goes, "What's going on here?" So she goes, "Well, next week we're playing Tulsa, and it's a big game, So then he goes on stage and he goes. We're playing Oklahoma State. He goes, "Oklahoma State!" So everyone cheers, right? Then he goes, "Tulsa!" Then everyone boos. And then he says it slower. He goes, "Oklahoma State!" Then everyone goes crazy. He goes, "Tulsa!" And he does this 6 times, and the audience is going insane by the end of it, cheering and booing. And then at the end he goes, "Next week I'll be playing Tulsa. And I'll be doing that bit in reverse." Then he laughs. Everyone laughs. So then they loved him. They didn't even notice I was on stage. And so anyway, then the show ends. And then I'm talking to him, and I was telling him, because when I grew up, my dad and I would listen to Bill Cosby albums. He would love Bill Cosby, my dad. So I said, "My dad loves you." He goes, "Where's your dad live?" And I said, "Ottawa." He goes, "Ottawa." And then he turns to his manager guy that was with him, and he goes, "Maury, aren't we playing in Ottawa? When? I thought the schedule..." So then the guy goes, "Yeah." He goes, "We're doing it in August." He goes, "Yes, take the man's name down, and we will..." And so then he says, "I will meet with your father, take him back, and we will speak, and I will put him in the front, because people like to be, and then after, and so just put the number down on the paper." So then, I go to write the number down, and it occurs to me that my father's dead. So, but I don't want to say that to Bill Cosby, So I just write down any fucking number. I just write the area code and then 7 digits. So that's the story. So then later, a couple of months go by, and this also shows you the power of a guy like Bill Cosby. I was doing some lame thing on the Drew Carey show. I was supposed to be a lawyer or something. For one episode of the Drew Carey show. So I'm on the Drew Carey show. I'm rehearsing, and a lady runs up and she goes, "Bill Cosby's on the phone." So I go, "What?" So I go and I answer the phone, and there, I swear. It's Bill Cosby. So I go, "Hello?" He goes, "Your father does not answer at the phone. I phoned the number, and the phone rang, and it then another voice came that was a machine, and it was a person saying that the number was not used by a person and all this, so I'm like, instead of just telling him, I just said, no, that's the number. Because I didn't know, it was impossible for me to say. But, so anyway, that's the story. And then I told that story on Letterman once, and I guess Cosby saw it, and then the next day, this was when I was working at Saturday Night Live, the next day I went to my office, and there was like 300 like things of flowers. There was flowers like everywhere in my office. And then and then about 5 days later, like I found there was a little tiny card on one of the flowers, and it said, I hate to be the one to break. I'm doing his voice, but it said, I hate to be the one to break it to you, but your father is long since dead. So that's the story. God damn, that was a long story.
But it was good. It was good. Have you had any contact with Dr. Cosby since then, Norm?
The doctor, yeah, Dr. William H. Cosby, E.D.
Yeah, that's him.
No, I've never talked to Bill Cosby since then. But I love that guy.
That's so amazing. And it was a great impression too. If I don't mind saying that, really, are we going to see lots of impressions from you when you're here in Calgary? And
oh yeah, no.
Little one, you've been away so long, and I need you now more than forever. Now more than forever.
You know, I had maybe the greatest Bill Cosby story ever.
Really?
And now it's not in the top 10,000. Because I'll tell people the story.
Right.
And then I'll constantly be interrupted by, and then did he rape you? I'm like, you didn't ever rape me. It had nothing to do with the story.